If your dog has been reactive for a while, this is probably where you're stuck, because this isn't confusion anymore. This is a habit, and habits don't go away just because you want them to. I work with reactive dogs every single day here at my facility, and the majority of them fall right in this level. These are dogs that are barking, they're jumping, they're lunging, they are pulling towards other dogs, and they've been doing it for months, if not years. And at this point, they're not guessing anymore. They know exactly what they're doing. This is the fourth video in the series of fixing reactivity from start to finish. We already talked about the spectrum of reactivity, and we did a deep dive on level 1. Check out the link below in the description for information on that. So let's break down what level 2 reactivity looks like and how we can start breaking that pattern step by step. Now, be honest, when your dog reacts, is it basically like the same thing over and over again, rinse and repeat? Like they see their trigger coming before you do? Let me know in the comments. So what exactly is level 2 reactivity? This is when your dog sees their trigger, they lock in, they build up, and then they explode on their trigger. It happens pretty much the same way every single time, the same pattern of behavior every single time they see their trigger. Now here's the problem. This pattern has been reinforced. The dog reacts, the trigger goes away. The dog reacts, the owner panics. The dog reacts, the situation ends. And the dog learns, no matter what reason why they're reactive, the dog learns this behavior works. If your dog is fearfully reactive and they're barking because they are afraid of their trigger, most likely your trigger is going away, or you are removing your dog from their trigger when they explode at them. And that makes them feel good. That's what they want. Now, if your dog is overly excited or frustrated when they're on their leash when they see their trigger, then that barking feels good as well, because it helps them release that frustration and get some of that excitement out. Either way, their behaviors are being reinforced. So now the game changes. This is not level 1. You're not just trying to teach them something new to do. You're trying to undo something that already works for your dog. And that's a lot harder. The biggest mistake that people make in this level of reactivity is they try to treat these dogs who are very good at what they're doing like they're level 1 dogs. They try to distract the dog, they try to bribe the dog, they try to avoid their trigger forever, or they just sometimes just try to hope the dog chooses better randomly all of a sudden. The mistake is these dogs already have a winning strategy in their head. They know what they're doing. Their habits have been reinforced over and over again. They are confident in this behavior. So if your plan is anything above, or especially if you're just hoping that they're just one day going to grow out of this and just choose better, you're going to lose every single time, because they've already made this choice, the choice of being reactive, over and over again, hundreds of times. It's not just going to stop happening randomly. Okay, so my dog is struggling at this level. They have been rehearsing the behavior for months, if not years. How do we improve? Well, right now I'm going to tell you 5 quick steps to get you to improve your dog's reactivity at this level. Step 1, and arguably most importantly, you have to stop letting your dog rehearse the behavior over and over again. Now, this is non-negotiable. If your dog is reacting on every single walk, you cannot provide them with the opportunity to keep doing this. Every rep that they're doing, they're getting better and better at being reactive. You've got to stop this pattern. So this is going to make it a little bit more challenging in the beginning. You're going to have to go on walks at different times than you're used to. You want to make sure that you're not going to see your dog's trigger on the walks for the time being. You want to make sure that you are operating from enough distance in between you, your dog, and their trigger in order for them to be successful and not have a reaction. You need to avoid tight setups that you can't control. And I'm not one of those trainers that's gonna tell you this forever, where you're always gonna have to be avoiding your dog's trigger. Nope, but for right now, you absolutely have to. Before we go any further, how often is your dog reacting on their walks? Is it every single walk? Is it every other walk? Is it every single dog? That frequency matters a lot more than you think. Step 2, you have to fix the buildup before the explosion. Most owners wait way too long before they interrupt the dog's pattern. They wait until they see barking, lunging, and chaos before they decide to do anything, if they do anything at all. But the reaction starts way before that. It starts with scanning the environment constantly. It starts with fixating. It starts with stiffening of the body language and just ignoring you altogether. That's your moment right there to interrupt their behavior, to break the pattern, because once they begin reacting, once they're over threshold, the moment is gone. You're not doing any learning in that zone. Step number 3, create clear consequences and give clear direction. Now, this is where so many owners really struggle because this requires leadership. This requires you to step into a role that you might not be comfortable filling with your dog on a day-to-day basis. You need to be able to clearly communicate to your dog, this behavior is absolutely unacceptable. This is what you're supposed to do instead. So in the moment when your dog is building towards a reaction, you need to interrupt them, make sure they know that's not what they're supposed to do. You're stopping the pattern before it becomes an explosion. And then what are they supposed to do? Your job is to give them a clear job to do instead. A good way to do this is to keep your dog moving. Use movement to your advantage. Create a little bit of space and give direct guidance with your movement. Don't just ask your dog, come on. Come on. No, use your leash and guide them away. Create a little bit of space from your trigger. Most dogs are going to really struggle if you put them in a fixed position and let them just stare at their trigger because they're going to explode at some point. I love using engagement. So when my dog actively looks at their trigger and then looks at me instead, I reward that all the time. That is my desired behavior. For any dog that I work with, I teach them how to engage with me instead. So when they start building or loading onto one of their triggers, I'll interrupt that behavior, but then I will mark and reward when they choose the right one. You can't just correct if you're not going to reward the good stuff afterwards. Step number 4, reward recovery and not just perfection. Now guys, this is huge because your dog's not going to be perfect right away. This is going to take time and we don't want to wait till perfection to be able to reward our dogs. Ideally, like I said, my dog is engaging with me when they see their trigger, but that doesn't happen right away. As soon as they disengage from the trigger, I'm going to mark and reward that. I want them to know, hey, I see you actively not reacting and making a better choice. I'm going to mark and reward that. I want you to know that's the right choice. The whole goal of this is showing their dog that there is an alternative option to reacting that's going to get you a reward instead of correction. That's helping them calm down and regulate themselves. It's emotional regulation, and that's always the goal. Last but not least, step number 5 is use controlled exposure and not just chaos. Now, here, level 2 dogs, they're really good at reacting, right? But they need a lot of reps in order to learn better habits. But these reps have to be controlled. These reps have to be the right reps. For example, here at my facility, we work with a lot of dogs who are struggling with reactive issues every single day. And the job of the demo dogs, the helper dogs, are to be neutral so that we're giving the reactive dogs someone to work with that's not going to make the problem harder. Most of the time when you go on a walk with your reactive dog in your neighborhood's filled with other reactive dogs. It's incredibly difficult to make progress in that type of an environment. In order to make progress, you need controlled setups. You need controlled exposure. You need clear handling. You need clear direction, clear communication. And you want your sessions to be short but successful. Don't wait long enough until your dog fails and reacts. You want to keep these short and sweet. Remember, you are rewriting a pattern of behavior. You need the reps to be successful and you need to stop having the bad reps. Think of it like tilting a scale. If your dog has reacted this many times and not reacted this many times, we need it to look more like this. But it's never going to end up being more like this if we keep having reactions, right? Your scale is never going to tilt back into your favor if you keep allowing your dog to have reactive episodes. Now remember, in full transparency, this is not a quick overnight turnaround. Your dog did not become reactive overnight. They're not going to solve that overnight either. You're practicing a habit that has been rehearsed over and over and over again with a dog that is very confident in that behavior. Don't get discouraged, stay consistent, and your dog will make progress. Honestly, level 2 is where most people get stuck in their reactivity journey. This is because most owners try to fix the habit without changing the pattern. Stop just hoping your dog makes better choices. Start guiding them. Start leading them into better choices. Interrupt the buildup, give direction, reward the recovery, and control the environment. That's how you break the cycle of level 2 reactivity. If your dog is in level 2, make sure you drop a comment and let me know what you're struggling with. I respond to every single comment and I want to help you. Quick reminder that I am posting an entire series on reactivity. If you haven't checked out the previous videos to the series, go check those out now. I know they're filled with information that can help you. As always, like the video, subscribe to the channel. It really helps me reach more dog owners in need. I'm the Big Dog Guy, and I'll see you in the next one.